You look a little tired. No, I'm good, man. Fully rested, ready to roll. Do you know why it pumped hard pre-market? Yeah, Trump tweeted about Iran. Highly recommend keeping your notifications on for Trump tweets. There we go. We got it going over there now. Appreciate it, Coop. Missy, how's it going? Jay, what's up, man? You have a spray tan? Nah, man, I'm just a day walker. Unreal morning. Dude, 800 and, what was it, 887 points? Unreal. My man's popping the collar this morning. Guys outside cleaning the pool, got a pop collar, bringing it back. I love it. Confused. What time is New York open? 9:30. 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. C-Bum. What's up, man? Yeah, Ja, I like the flex accounts the best. I think you're right. Have I ever seen the markets move that much that quick? Yeah. If you were trading when Liberation Day happened, we saw that move, except it was in the opposite direction. What about daylight savings? Still opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Clocks were moved forward an hour, but that didn't change what time the market opens. I think Lucid is the best firm right now. I definitely think they're in there with the top. I tell everyone, don't allow this to affect your strategy. Stay patient. Look for A+ setups. I agree. And if you don't see it, don't take anything. True Social makes that big of an impact. President Trump makes that big of an impact. Yes. Yeah. President Trump makes that big of an impact. What's the difference between a funded and a live account? A live account is what they move you to once you've been taking consistent payouts on a funded account. It's actual real money being executed in the market. And they usually, depends on the firm, but a lot of firms will consolidate your total profits into one account rather than trading multiple accounts. I think a lot of firms now are going to allowing you to have multiple live accounts, but the way it used to be is they would consolidate your total account balance into one account, or your total profits into one account. Wasn't even overnight, Baz. It was at 7:04, 7:05. All of that happened in the course of 10 minutes. That's a 10-minute candle right there. 5-minute candle right there. It's crazy. Oh, for you is 4 a.m. Okay. So you're West Coast. You caught that Drake candle, Christian. I remember a while ago you mentioned creating a personal live account. Still trading? I have it. I have not been trading it this year so far. I probably will start trading it pretty soon. It's with AMP. I have a decent amount of money in there right now. This is the big candle news. Guys, you got to have your Truth Social notifications on for President Trump. This is if you've been trading long enough since he's been president, or the first term when he was president, which I was not, but I've looked back at the data. This is the effect that he has on the market. He can say one thing, and this is what the market will do. About to get my first payout First payout in my first 6 months. That's awesome, man. Hello, took a trade yesterday, so I'm not going to trade today. Hopefully y'all have a good day. You took a Asia session trade? I appreciate that, man. Trading is low-key fake. Sweet. Thanks for the input. It's going to keep going up, I feel, or we will see. You're supposed to let us know before Papa Trump rips the market up. I'm sure somebody knew. What happened to UNC? Don't talk about it, man. They need to make some administrative changes over there, in my opinion. How's Bookmap looking? It's pretty empty right now, man. Lit up on both sides on NQ. ES got some liquidity above us. It's a little empty. I'd say ES has the liquidity above us that looks interesting. This is NQ, yeah. Should I not risk my fundeds today? That's up to you, man. I'd at least keep risks small. I'm going to trade micros. I'm trading micros instead of minis today. So, Jay, I can show it to you if you were asking so that you could actually see it. Here it is right here. So that's NQ. NQ light. Here, I'll spread that out a little bit for you. It's looking a little jumbled at the moment, but this is ES. You can see we got some liquidity above us, a little below, more above. So we'll see. I actually was monkeying around with a layout this weekend for you guys so that I could have Bookmap up all the time here on TikTok, and I really like the layout. But it's going to require it, like it would make it so like the default would be sideways. So you'd have to have your phone sideways constantly to be able to see it, or you'd have to like lock your orientation on your screen and hold your phone sideways. I don't know if I want to do that or not because new people coming in might have a hard time with it, but it actually is a pretty decent layout. I might mess around later this week and just see what you guys think about it. Is that code actually 50%? What are you talking about? Was it news that made that? It's Trump tweeting. He tweeted about, I can read it to you exactly if you guys want to. This is exactly what he said. I'm pleased to report the United States of America and the country of Iran have had over the last 2 days very good and productive conversations regarding a complete and total resolution of our hostilities in the Middle East. Based on the tenor and tone of these in-depth, detailed, and constructive conversations, which will continue throughout the week, I have instructed the Department of War to postpone any and all U.S. military strikes against Iran's power plants and energy infrastructures for a 5-day period, subject to the success of ongoing meetings and discussions. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So tonight at 7 o'clock was the deadline of the 48 hours that he had given them to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, or he was going to start bombing their major energy resources, their major energy infrastructure, like their power plants and stuff like that. So this announcement is basically saying that's not going to happen now, and that from the sound of it, from that tweet, if you can take it at face value, it sounds like the war is on track to wind down. That's the way the market interpreted that. That's why this shot up like that. Lucid, I believe for the first 2 accounts, it's still 50% off, and then the next 5 accounts or 4 accounts are 40% off. And then after that, it's a blanket 30% off for however many accounts. Let me know though, if I'm wrong about that. I haven't updated that thing recently, Tinfo. If I'm wrong about that, obviously I want to change that, but I'm pretty sure you can get 2 accounts. If you're new to Lucid, you get 2 accounts for 50% off. And then if you blow those or you need to have more accounts, you can get the next 4 or 5 for 40% off. And then everything after that is 30% off. Oil was dumping earlier. Yeah, that's oil. Why do you have opening range marked out? Because I have some people in here who trade that 8 a.m. orb strategy. So I figured it'd be easy for me just to leave that on the chart for them if they want to take a look at that. I try to be accommodating. Hugo, what's up, man? I trade that. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that do. I think it's a good strategy. I don't personally trade it. I think if you can use proper discretion with when to take the trade or not, it can be a really good strategy. What advice would you give the beginner who trades on prop firm, and what prop firm would you recommend? In terms of just beginner advice in general, master your psychology. Stick to one strategy. Don't strategy hop, and really focus on your psychology. Learn that you don't need to constantly be taking a trade. It's fine to take one trade a day or two trades a day or no trades, but less is more, and more trades does not equal more profits. Best prop firm for beginners, I would say if you're brand new to prop firms, Lucid is kind of hard to beat. They're cheap. They have great payouts in terms of their structure and how quick they are, and they also do not have a time limit like some firms do with their evals. So you can buy an eval and take as long as you need to pass it, and it won't recharge you after 30 days. Other firms, you have 30 days to pass. Otherwise, they recharge you the fee, the subscription fee, until you pass or blow the account. Lucid is just a one fee, no activation fee. You just pay it, and you can take as long as you want on the eval. I'm gonna head out and make breakfast, taking today off. Hey, good job, Ja. I think that's a good idea, man. Hope you have a good day. Enjoy that breakfast. Yes, I'm still open to trading today. Verse of the day. Let's get it. 14 minutes till market, 13 minutes and 15 seconds till market open. James 1:12. Blessed is the man who perseveres under trial, because when he has stood the test, he will receive the crown of life that God has promised to those who love him. Joseph says, does Apex have time limits to pass? I have been told that their new rules do not, that they remove that. Historically, they have. It's been 30 days, and then after 30 days, they'd recharge you if you hadn't passed or blown the account, or if you hadn't canceled it. But I've been told that their new accounts, they've done away with that. So somebody needs to check on that. I don't want to blanket. I don't want to make a statement and it not be exactly true, but pretty sure that they've done away with that. What's up, Stuffed? How's Lazarus? He's good, man. He's good. He's chilling. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? How do you think volatility will be after that huge point move? I think you could potentially get a move back down to pick up some of this stuff down here, but I could be wrong. A move down to the VWAP. This is a new day anchor VWAP down here. We have a session VWAP right here. It's the same one, and there's gonna be a session VWAP that starts at 9:30. So, or at 9:30 VWAP. Do you share your workout routines? I can. I don't have anything. I don't do anything crazy, man. I really don't do anything crazy. I do pretty much a bro split. More than anything, it's just having worked out for a long time, man. What's VWAP? It's VWAP, volume weighted average price. What's the next step after Lucid? Well, if you get one account and you pass and you take a payout, I would say buy more accounts. You can have a max of 5 accounts with Lucid. So you need to get max allocation with that firm. And then once you've reached max allocation, you've taken payouts on each account, then you need to go to another firm. I would say either Tradeify or Take Profit Trader would be my next move. Tradeify and Take Profit Trader Tradeify has accounts you can select that will allow you to take daily payouts, and Take Profit Trader, all of their accounts are daily payouts. So I think those are good to have in your rotation. I like Apex. Apex is the firm that you, in my opinion, the firm that you go with after you've established a foundation with these other firms, because then you can scale up to 20 accounts and really start to make some big money. But the daily payouts with Take Profit Trader and with the Tradeify Select accounts, I think, are kind of foundational to what your portfolio should have. What's up, Jeff? Does anyone know why Top Step hasn't renewed my eval after a month from the last eval was paid for? I thought the monthly subscription automatically gives you a new account. Maybe somebody will have an answer to that. I don't know, Hugo. I don't trade with them. How do you not get banned for trading on stream? My friend gets banned every time for no reason. I had no clue. A lot of traders aren't getting their payouts proof from where? Are we talking about trading accounts or trading? We're talking about trading, man. But there's a strategy to being able to maximize your profits if you're trading with prop firms, and you should be trading with prop firms if you're a new trader. Otherwise, you're just going to get burned with personal capital. Talking about how to stack a portfolio so that you can actually maximize your profits and make a living doing this. Use your reset token, somebody said, Hugo. Doesn't Apex have strict rules about drawdown? They've changed their rules recently. They had a pretty big update to all of their stuff, and I'd say they're pretty much on par with the rest of the industry at the moment. Did you freshly shave your head? You're glowing. I did last night. Yeah. My biggest mistake was starting with Live Capital. So yeah, that's great advice. I did too, man. I did too. I started with Live Capital and I started with Forex. I don't recommend it. That's why I try to steer people away from doing that, because 99% of people who go that route will end up losing money. What was the reason behind the big candle? Trump. He tweeted, go look at his Truth Social. You'll see what he said. I read it earlier. There's a guy I know who got 60 funded, takes 2 or 3 trades per week and makes about 60 to 90,000. Yep. Some of the guys who are doing it the biggest, they take the least amount of trades, man. They just, when they take one, they size pretty heavy. There's other guys who take consistent trades every day, but they're sized very small, so their risk is very minimal. Trying to pass my first eval, blue 4 so far, 4 months in. Any tips? Slow and steady, man. Make sure you're journaling exactly what's going right and what's going wrong. Definitely, I think that's a key component to becoming successful and finding a rhythm with trading, is making sure that you're journaling. I see the vineyard vine, subtle flex. It's just a t-shirt, man. Just a t-shirt. You know ball, though, apparently. I can tell. What's up, Matthew? How's it going, man? I got the orb marked out for you, man. What do you trade? NASDAQ futures and S&P futures. Big homie back there looking well fed. He's doing well. He's getting bigger, man. That leaf before, I've been keeping track of it in comparison to where the light switches are. I don't know if you can see the light switches, but he's growing. You see Iran denied any ceasefire? Yeah, I haven't seen that, but that would be hilarious if they did. He shoots for 500 TP and trades 4 or 5 micros, only trades M and Q. but over 60 can. Oh, absolutely, dude. I think that's a great strategy. What happened this morning? Trump tweet. Go look at his Truth Social. Let's get it. Can see Bookmap? Yeah. This is ES. This is NQ, looking sloppy. Once the market opens, it'll get a little more clear. Sloppy at the moment. Keeping an eye on ES here with this liquidity above us stacked up here. Can you talk about that strategy? Which strategy are you talking about? The orb strategy? You mark out the 8 to 8:15 15-minute candle. As you can see, that's what this is right here. You wait for price after market opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. You wait for price to come back and retest the orb. You want to see it break out one way or the other. Basically, I think what you would look for here is a retest close to the CE of this 15-minute. And you would, at that point, look for probably a target of this London high, I would imagine. I don't trade it, so if somebody in here can correct me if that's not exactly how it's used. I actually found an indicator that marks this out. It's a pretty nice indicator. No, that's accurate. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. What is it? Look up this indicator right here. Being the only supply and demand trader here, I bet there's more in here. Lorenzo, what are we supposed to do? What do you mean? Like right now, we're waiting for the market to open. We got 3 minutes and 15 seconds. What do you trade strat-wise? I've been leaning heavily into order flow and momentum. Specifically, the strategy is the pitch and catch method. But I trade ICT in conjunction with order flow. So if I see there's a set number of ICT setups, that if I see those and Bookmap lines up with what I'm seeing, I'll take that. But for the most part, I've been leaning heavily into the order flow because of the way price has been moving. Can you actually still trade today after that news candle? Yeah. I mean, potentially. It's a no news Monday, but like I said in the video I posted yesterday, with all this stuff going on, there'll be potentially some good volatility taking place. So break and retest for generational wealth. There you go. Do you have any issues with TradeSyncer? I used it once and it put double contracts on my other accounts, went into drawdown and blew 4 accounts. Leo, I would definitely make sure that when you're using TradeSyncer and you click cockpit, you can look at next to when you click cockpit. Let's see here. Hang on a second. When you click cockpit and you go to the right where it says ratio, you can make sure that it's only 1x, so that you're not multiplying whatever amount of contracts you have selected. So make sure that wasn't an issue. I've never had an issue of them putting more contracts on than I actually have selected. I've had other issues, but I haven't had that issue. The one other important thing about that strategy is the volume on the 15-minute candle. You'll see today is pretty minor, and that is likely due to the Trump announcement at 7. Yeah, it's a pretty, almost like a doji 15-minute candle. One minute till market open here. What coffee do you drink? I'm drinking espresso in this cute little glass that I got from Walmart. It's the only espresso glass they had, or mug, whatever you call it. You think that candle is going to get filled back? Potentially. We'll see. What was that candle? It's a Trump tweet, man. What subscription on Bookmap would you recommend? Global Plus. And then obviously you need the CME data as well. How long did it take you to become profitable? I didn't really start making some serious money until last year. I've been trading for 5 years. So in the midst of my 4th year is when I really started making money. Probably could have done it sooner, but that's how long it took me to really start pulling some cash out. Very small, very demure. That's how espresso mugs are, man. I wish it was glass. I like those glass espresso mugs. All right, here we go. You use order flow? I do. What do you think of ICT? I think it works, and it's broken if you combine it with order flow from Bookmap. Can you host another session teaching us how to? I was doing that on Saturdays for a while. I didn't have enough people that were interested. I probably could do it if I can get enough people to that would be interested in it. I'd definitely do it. Big order at 24,470. Oh, there it is right there. Scooped it up real quick. That's a long time to be waiting for a payout, man. Might be the biggest pre-market move I've seen. Yeah, 887 points. Marvin, what's up, man? That's how it goes, Matthew. He has that effect. Your live contains themes that some might find uncomfortable. What does that even mean? So I just got shadow banned for it, apparently. 24,400 firm. Skipping today, not a bad idea. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know why it does that. Well, so far, a whole lot of nothing here. It's this one right here. Here you go. I don't have it on right now, but this is the one I use. Praise be to Jesus, best thing there is. Yeah, I don't know what their deal is, man. It didn't even give me an option to appeal it. Did Trump make it skyrocket? He did. I don't know much else that has that kind of effect. There's people already going out to the pool. It's freaking 9:30 in the morning. I want to see a day where Trump says up and Powell says down and see who wins. Beta or production version? It's not beta. I don't remember that being an option when I was downloading it. I've had Bookmap for a year and a half, probably coming up on 2 years now, so I don't remember exactly what it was like when I first downloaded it. I'm up 8K, should I take the profit? I would say so. Hitting the beach after trading, got to get the tan up. There you go. No, I'm on there as well, Mike. I'm on there as well. Same username, Christian Trades Live. How would one even catch a candle like that? You don't. I mean, if you're lucky, you're already in a trade when it happens. You're in a long, but I mean, this was just chopping around here. I've seen several people say it messed my setup up. I'm not sure what the setup is here, but yeah. He could have been done with a month. He could have been done with a year. 887 points. What's your arm split? I do back and by, chest and try, and then shoulders. I do back and by, legs, chest and try, shoulders, and then repeat, basically. What's the cut called? Shaved. It's called a one guard. It wasn't news, it was just me. Appreciate the gifts there, man. Thank you for that. Never seen book maps so messy. Yeah, it's definitely interesting right now. A little A and D maybe? JR, what's up, man? Tell PA to improve. That's a good split. Buying the 1 hour below with 50% leg. I'd like to see a pullback reaction. I'd like to see something in general, just not this. I'm not using it. I have it marked out. The 8 to 8:15 candle, I have it marked out for people who trade that. It seems to be a lot of people that trade that, so I just wanted to have that on there for them if they're using my chart just to have. Nice. What do you even call this, PA? First day on Bookmap? First day on order book? First day on, are you talking about Bookmap? I actually invented the orb. Orb has been traded, I know you're joking, but a lot of people, like, there are some creators that act like they created the orb strategy. That has been traded for decades. Literally decades. Long before it became, like, a trend on social media to day trade. How was your weekend? Hope it was good. It was decent, man. It was decent. Can't complain. Hope yours was too. Was learning to read the graphs the key to day trading? No. Mastering your psychology is. The one guy with the green ears. Does he? You talking about RP? I like RP. He doesn't claim that he invented that, though, does he? Covered the charts on Friday. It was a rough day. Friday was not the best PA for most people. Can I DM you? Yeah. Done for the day. Have a good one. Hey, there you go, man. Have a good day. Appreciate it. A lot of liquidity just came in above us here on NQ. The video king of pirates. There's a video pinned, the first video on my page. Go watch that one. Tells you exactly what to do. Any orders below on ES? There are some, yeah. Yeah. I did not. I did not catch the Drake candle. Kenny, what's up, man? I'm feeling great. Feeling good, living better, man. On the right side of the chart, it tells you how many there are. If you're talking about bookmap, unprofitable. You can also look at that as well. Yeah, the COB, SVP, I thought you were talking about, I have that as well as a graph, like in the bottom right, but the COB and SVP is where you'll see the stack up of the limit orders. Little push back above VWAP here, strong move up. Or is it 600? These 1 minute candles are so wicky though. A 50-point wick on that last 1 minute candle. How's it feel to be sober? It feels amazing, man. Every day feels amazing. You know how I used to be, man. Partially, you got a glimpse of it. It's a way better life, a way better way of life every single day. What was your poison? You name it, man. Most recently, alcohol. That's what I really was struggling with. Been sober 4 years now. Overrated trader, you blocked me on Discord for 5K funded account. What? Appreciate that, Everett. Appreciate that, guys. Appreciate that. Zaza, yeah, that's tough, man. Appreciate that, Aaron. You can scroll on the right side as well, Hugo. So you can expand and contract here on the right and zoom in and out here. Yeah, just be really patient. This is not what you want to get involved with at this point. What are we looking for? We're looking for price to break out in one direction or the other and be clean. Not clean at the moment. Bookmap's pretty empty. There's orders up at 24,600 on NQ, and there are also some orders up there on ES as well, 6,700 all the way up to 6,730 all the way up. But we want some clean movement here before we get involved with anything. None of this is clean so far. Might be a quiet day after that Trump tweet, yeah. Bunch of liquidity just stacked up above us here. This is my AC. Can you really hear that? I thought I had my like noise or not noise canceling, but like, you know what I'm talking about. That was weird. It's a good mic, yeah. Picks up my breathing too. I had to turn that down. That's why somebody asked me why you breathing so hard. I'm really not. It's just apparently my mic is very sensitive. Or maybe I'm breathing heavier than I realize. Still waiting patiently for the Christian Trades Live boot camp. Keep waiting, man. You know better than that, Aaron. The reason I'm so hesitant to do that is one of the reasons I've stopped pushing specific strategies is because I don't necessarily believe that you have to trade this certain strategy in order to find success. I think you can find success with trading virtually. I mean, some strategies are more effective than others, in my opinion, but I think that most strategies as a whole can be effective as long as you can master the psychology that it takes to be a successful trader. I think that's the biggest linchpin in becoming successful with trading. We all just thought you were excited for trading. Thus the heavy breathing. ICT's a yapper, but his information is great. 2022 and 2023 so far. Yeah, I would agree. If ICT is your thing, those videos are pretty clutch. I think T-Trade's his educational series. If you go on his page and go look at his educational series, that kind of encapsulates the 2022 series pretty well without all the yapping. I appreciate that, Aaron. I appreciate that. How long do you keep trades active? I think my average hold time over the past year is like 5 minutes or something at most. It's not long. You think TJR is a fraud? I actually don't. I know a lot of people do. I actually don't. I've watched enough of his actual trading to I think he can actually trade. Now, can he trade within the guidelines of prop firms? I think that's questionable because when you're trading personal capital and kind of in some cases YOLOing trades, you're gonna blow evals and funded accounts pretty quick. But I've watched him trade personal capital. I don't know, man. I think who knows? Who knows how real it is? I don't know. You never know, man. To me, I feel like he does have the ability when he wants to be serious to be a profitable trader. Got to work a bit on the thumbnail. I'm trying, man. Eden, I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback. I'm trying. I've been looking at Fiverr and some other things about trying to work on the thumbnails because right now, obviously, they look pretty amateur. I appreciate that feedback, though. Most anabolic trader. Appreciate that, Trey. I don't pay for TradeVate. TradingView. I use the essential plan. I think. I don't want to pull up my information right there. That's what I was using, Eden. And it just looks, I've tried different platforms. It's just, I'm thinking about trying to find an individual that can do it. This is pumping up here. We got orders there at 24,600 or potentially played out here. Whoever took it. I have the premium, not the essential. I have the premium plan. Premium. How's it going? It's going well, man. You're my mentor now. Yeah, it happens, Matthew. It's better to be overly cautious than reckless, in my opinion. Especially on a day like today. I mean, what did Trump say for that move? Go look at his Truth Social. You'll see it. That's that guy, tough times. He asked me for 150. Yeah, I blocked him. How long have you been trading? 5 years now. Just passed my eval with that pump. Nice, man. Congrats. Yo, Christian, after 5 months and 6 blown fundeds, I got my first payout. You helped me a lot with overtrading. Hey, love to hear that, man. Congratulations. It's huge. Do you recommend full porting evals? No. I don't. I think it also depends on where you are in your trading. Like if you're a profitable trader and you've been taking consistent payouts and you just had a blow up where you're trying to, you blew your fundeds and you're trying to get back in the game, I think that risking a little heavier can be good. But if you're new, and by new I mean within your first couple years of trading, I think that you should just take it slow and easy and not rush the process. There's no rush to any of this, really. Do I think it's difficult to learn trading? No, it's not difficult to learn market analysis or learn a strategy. What's the most difficult part of trading, and it is extremely difficult, is mastering your psychology. Because the human brain instinctively is antithetical to what it takes to be a profitable trader. What habit do you think made you profitable? Patience. Sitting on your hands, not trading when it's not a high probability scenario or environment. You and PJ are so good about it. I appreciate that, Ballas. I appreciate being mentioned with him. Appreciate that. Not gonna lie, gambling helped me with my psychology after making 10K then losing it. I do think that when you get to the point of like not forcing things, like not gambling, but when you kind of let go, you let go of that anxiety, you let go of that, man, this has to work, that feeling of like just being scared to enter trades, just being constantly like you have this pit in your stomach about things. Once you get rid of that and you can just relax and trust yourself, trading does become less complicated, I would say. Am I going to jump in a trade? If there's a setup right now, this is kind of just lulling around, man, and the book map does not look like anything interesting. Book map's pretty dead right here. So, whole lot of FOMO happening today, yeah. Do you have any nice cars? I have a Ford Pinto, two-tone. It's pretty nice, man. It's my pride and joy. Keep that thing shined up. Second eval pass for funded. I blew in 2 days away from a payout. Biggest thing I'm fixing this time around is my mental. There you go. That's a good idea, man. My bias is no trades today. There you go. Today I'm somewhere during the first time in my life I'm interested in like, there you go. Good luck to you, man. Take it slow and easy. You trade full time? I do. How do you learn how to read book map? Trial and error. Spending a lot of time sitting here watching it and watching TradingView at the same time when you're not looking for a trade. You're not interested in taking a trade. The objective is to focus on learning book map. Learn how it moves. Learn, what it looks like when it does certain things in comparison to book map or in comparison to TradingView. What's a rickshaw? Rickshaw? I recognize that word, but I can't picture what that is. Hey, God bless you, Cam. Have a good one, man. Did you trade long-term or short-term? I don't know what that means, Mira. Should start a private Discord and help others learn. I have a Discord. It's free. Link is in the bio. If you could go back to when you first started trading, would you change anything? Yeah, I would slow down, stop trying to rush things. I would focus on my psychology more than trying to sit there and torture myself with market analysis. I would really focus on playing defense rather than constantly thinking I have to play offense. Defense is the name of the game of trading, man. Do you need buffer for 25K eval lucid? I'm not sure what you mean. You don't need buffer in evals. It's a profit target and a max drawdown and a couple of other rules that you got to pay attention to. If you talk to Moose and all, dude, that's hilarious that you asked. He just texted me this weekend. That reminds me, I got to text him back. He texted me on Friday. I need to text him back. I have not talked to him in a while, man. He's got a family now. He's got at least one kid that I know about. He's preaching at a church. He's preaching over there in Wake Forest, near you, JR. Do you make income mainly from trading? Yeah. You think I just get off for the day? I've made 10 pounds. Yeah, I would. I'd call it, man. This is not interesting. Copy the link and paste it in your browser instead, Ryan. Is it Ryan? Yeah, Ryan. paste it outside of wherever you're trying to do it. Like paste it directly into a browser. Tell that to our Tar Heels. Dude, that was such a sorry game. They got to get rid of him, man. Hubert's got to go. God bless you too, man. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. You said the eval, though. He said lucid eval. Not funded. It's a good buffer before a first payout with a 50K lucid. Is it a flex account, Michael? Rich Life, what's up, man? Trading order flow with ICT, mainly leaning heavily into order flow. Chinese Hens, what's up, Curtis? My sister goes to Wake Forest. There you go. I had a brother that went there, played ball, graduated from there. So you can take a payout pretty quickly in that, Michael. What's cool is over the, what is the balance that you have to have? You have to have at least $1,000 balance, and then you can take a $500 payout. So at 5,100, you can take a $500 payout. I would leave at least a $1,000 balance in there, potentially, like buffer, or at least 500. 500 would be the bare minimum of the buffer. So I would wait and take a payout at like 52,000 when your account balance hits like 52,000, and only take like 1,000 out. Leave the rest in there. Something like that. You do the math on it, but I'd try to leave at least 500 or 1,000 in there. This is the calm before the storm. There is a lot of liquidity above us, man. Please let those be the ones. I hope it is for you, man. Oh yeah, you gotta have the 5 days, yeah. So once you do that, you can withdraw 50% of your balance up to $2,000, Michael. So if you want to take the full payout, you could get it up to 54,000, and then you can take the 2,000, or you can do, 54,000 would be what you'd need to take the 2K, something like that. You risk the same amount funded versus eval? Not always. It depends, man. Depends on how I'm trading. It depends on how the markets are moving, what kind of cycle we're in. Tough watch. Yeah, he's got to go. I think that's the consensus, man. I think he'll be gone pretty soon. There's no consistency in funded if you're using the flex. That's the cool thing about the Lucid Flex accounts. There's only consistency in the eval for that. So you can blow those profits through the roof, man. The only thing you're limited on is those 5 days between payouts. 5 days of $150 or more in profit per day. How long have you been trading? 5 years. They have no payout denials because they'll inform you prior to you requesting a payout whether you've broken a rule or not. So that's what they mean by that. So immediately there should be hard faults, meaning that as soon as you break a rule, they'll notify you. Before, if you broke a rule, you had to request a payout before you found out you broke a rule, which was a huge. I thought that was like really dumb. Cool to see it. We all found Jesus. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, no problem, Michael. Yeah, that's why I go with the flex accounts, is because there is no consistency in the funded. You can just sit there and have a heck of a day and not have to worry about, throttling back if you're, if you're in a trade that's doing really well. It's a VWAP. It's a VWAP that is anchored to the 9:30 open. That's what the green line is in Bookmap. This is supposed to be anchored to the 9:30 open too. That's 8 a.m. I think is when that starts. They move you to a live account. Everett. It's all right, Matthew. It's No News Monday with the crazy pre-market Trump move. So there's nothing wrong with sitting today out, man. Long week ahead. This might be a dumb question, but can you cash out the money after? What are you referring to, Hannah? Like the balance of your account? You can only withdraw. So you have the way that prop firms work is you pay for an account. You have to go through an evaluation phase, which you have a profit target that you have to hit without losing a certain amount of money. Once you've completed that evaluation and passed it, they convert your account to a funded account. Once you have the funded account, you have to earn an X number of dollars to reach a buffer, if that's the way the account's set up. And then everything above that buffer you can withdraw. You cannot withdraw just the total account balance. You can withdraw your profits that's above that buffer. All right, Eli, take care, man. Smart move. We'll see you tomorrow. Is Apex using TradeC? I'm not sure about that. I don't think they are. I think if you get a Rhythmic account, though, you might be able to use it. I'm not 100% sure about that, though. I just got my first 2 funded accounts, but I low-key can't trade well. Should I just copy somebody? What do you mean you got 2 funded accounts? You mean you bought 2 evals? No, it's their money, Michael. What they typically do when they move you to a live is they'll consolidate your profits into an account. I'm not sure how Lucid does it. I don't know if they give you multiple live accounts or if it's what most firms used to do is they would consolidate your total profits into one account. So, and then you're trading with their money. It's real live execution, real live money executed in the market in a live account. And they usually keep 10% or so. You ever have a payout issue? No, the only thing that's ever happened in terms of denial of a payout, I got Apex that denied 2 of my payouts one time, but I knew they were going to because I had broken the MAE rule. No, I passed the eval phase already with help. Oh, okay. Just take it slow and easy, man. If you don't know how to trade well and you were able to still pass the eval, you clearly are doing something right. So stick to what you were doing. Always leave some in buffer, Aaron. Always leave some buffer. Just in case. You never know when you're going to have a day where you could be completely unlucky and open a trade before you can even set your stop loss. Trump says something or something happens and you get cooked, and before you can close the trade, you lost more money than you intended. Having that extra buffer in there can be good for emergency reasons. No trade today so far, Lord. No. Entered shorts at 24,597. Wouldn't mind if you continue to drop. 597. It's bouncing off that VWAP. There are orders above us. You can probably see that over there, Eden. I have a video on that, Ryan. I posted several videos on that. I'll pin it to my page so you can see it. They're the two of them, and they're both pinned to my page. Does losing your buffer count as drawdown? No, not if you. That's why it's buffer. So you have your buffer that you create, like if you're over X amount of dollars, like withdrawable funds that you're leaving in your account. That's what I mean by buffer. That's money you can withdraw, but you're not withdrawing it to leave it in there. And then you have whatever drawdown they give you that's available for whatever account size you have. Yeah, 6, Benjamin. Yeah, 6 and then live. It's rough, Nando. That's rough, man. I'm sorry. Because you want to leave it as a buffer so that you, in case, like I was just saying, Matthew, in case you have an incident where, let's say you act stupid for a day, you choose not to follow your rules, and you have a bad experience, you have that buffer in there. Or let's say you take a trade and before you can enter your stop loss, you get really, imagine if you'd taken a short right here, and just happenstance, Trump sent that tweet, as soon as you take a short, you want to be able to leave some wiggle room in there that's not going to blow the account and create some extra work. Why did we run up 1,000 points this morning? Trump tweeted about Iran and talks that they're having. If it's the first payout, I'd say take it as soon as you can. That's a good question. I think if you have not had it pay out ever, you need to take a payout. You need to get that win. You need to check that off the list because it does something to you psychologically. It breaks a barrier of some sort. It makes it real. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like a lot of people, before they take a payout, it doesn't feel real. But once you get that money in your account, it really solidifies it. This is real and you can make some money. Yeah, like the brackets, Aaron. Not even the doubters, it's yourself, man. Because I think a lot of people, they question whether they can really even do this. So, like, once you get that money actually in your account, it's like, okay, I can do this. Like, I just did that. I just made money. I'm really, something's working. Now, that's not to say that all of a sudden you're a profitable trader once you've taken a payout. That's not how that works. Plenty of people have taken a payout and then they don't take another one for a year, or 6 months or something. But it does make the process real. It's a reward for the amount of work and time you've put into this, and it gives you encouragement that you can do this. That's at 24,640. It starts at 24,640 and it pushes up through the 50s or into the 50s. Oh yeah, took my first payout a couple weeks ago and have been getting smoked ever since, messing with my Minta. Yeah, it happens, man. I'll get a payout before you see me at Carolina, mark my words. I believe you. I believe you. Just don't rush it. When do you come here? Fall of 26? Fall of this year? This August, yeah. You figure out where you're living yet? 13th is a move in. I'd move in before then, man. Chapel Ridge. I would say move in before then if you can, because it's going to be so freaking, it gets so crazy and move in, dude. Like it gets wild. I moved in July just to avoid all that. What price are those orders up top? It starts in the 40s. Now it's starting in the 30s, and then it goes into the 50s. Yeah, I'd recommend trying. It's a furnished 4-bedroom. Nice, man. There you go. I look for strong momentum, Armando. I want to see strong momentum, clear direction. Like right now, obviously we're trending higher, but I want to see strong momentum, clear draw and liquidity. For me, that would be, these 40s and 50s right now have high liquidity, but I want to see, clear draw on liquidity, probably this news high from Trump, and price aggressively moving in that direction. And then I'd look for, like, you see how we get these small pullbacks here. If this was clean price action moving aggressively in that direction, and then we had a pullback here, I'd look for where price broke out last. I would try to find an entry at that point, and I put stops just below that. And I'd be targeting the liquidity. I do go live every day. Yeah. Yeah, VWAP order flow is a good, definitely good. That's what that Austin Silver FX guy, he trades that. I like it. I need more coffee. I got you, man. I'll execute for you, Everett, if it comes. The Trump tweet is basically red folder news. I'd say it's even more than that, man. That's freaking CPI, way more than CPI. 887 points. That's unreal. I mean, that's just crazy. Hey, Christian, can't see the price. I read that already. Those orders in line with yesterday's high of Friday. They're in line with this swing high, basically. Well, no, they're in line with this previous high in this area. This 50, 24,650 is where there's a big line of orders. Right there. We did absorb a ton of orders there in the 40s, and now that's the next big line is right there at 50. Careful here, though, because we're building up a lot of low resistance sell side liquidity, so I could see this bouncing back down to VWAP. Don't get caught with your pants down here. How can you tell when to buy and sell? A lot of time in the market, man. You're going off of, it depends on what strategy you're trading. Certain strategies have different setups. And if you see that setup, then that's how you determine when to get in and when to get out. Draws on liquidity and trend determines buying and selling. So clearly we're in an uptrend right now. You typically don't want to try to counter trend trade unless you're looking for just a retracement and you're taking a scalp, or you're thinking there's a reversal happening. But typically you're not eyeballing reversals until you get a sweep of a key level, or if something news happens that you think that all of a sudden we become bearish or bullish if it's already going down. I use the regular VWAP indicator, but I'm also trying out this right here. This is the indicator that I found that shows that 8 to 815 opening range breakout. For people who do trade that, I don't. I just put it on here for you guys. But this also comes with a couple of different VWAP settings that you can activate. So this VWAP is anchored for the starting at 8 a.m. Eastern time. It also has this black line is anchored for 6 p.m. Eastern time for the actual new day, true day open. Or new day open, 6 p.m. And then this is true day, 12 p.m. So there's different VWAPs. This is for the 8 a.m. though. There's those 50s right there. Open a loose account on TradingView. Thank you. There you go. You still working on your indicator? I have that in progress, Jeff, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant. I have it to the point where I can probably let people start using it, but I still want to make it better. I want it to be better before I ever put it out there for anyone to use. I don't like putting something out there that I feel like isn't the best product that I can possibly put forward. What's your indicator for? It's supposed to be for the unicorn setup, for ICT unicorn setups. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'll definitely. I wish I could freeze time so that I could maximize my time in a day, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like there's just not enough time in the day for getting everything done that I need to do, while also trying to still stick to a very strict sleep schedule. A lot of low resistance sell side liquidity here built up. See if this just keeps pumping though. Next big stack of orders here is at 24,700. We're 600 followers away from 20,000, guys. I think I'm going to do a couple of account giveaways when we hit 20,000. I had several accounts with Lucid that I could have given away, and now for some reason they're not in my dashboard anymore. So I'm waiting for them to get back to me about that, because I'd like to go ahead and give those away regardless of the 20,000 followers. I want to start doing that on a regular basis, but I'm not big enough for them to be giving me free accounts the way that they give other people. I have like 3 25K accounts and I think 1 or 2 50K accounts with them right now. To give away. If they'll show up in my dashboard, I could give them away. How are you giving them away? I got to figure that out. I've never done it before, so I got to figure it out. I'm going to do it on stream though, so it's not the way that it's going to work is that who receives them, they're going to have to follow me on all my platforms. I got to figure that out though. There's a wheel that PJ uses. You let people just enter into it. Blew 2 accounts today. What all platforms do you have? Right now, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, but I haven't really done much with my Twitter. I have an account, but I haven't really done much with it. I'll walk away from my profits before my addiction kicks in. Have a good day. Have a good day, man. Thanks for teaching me to be patient. Hey, thanks for actually being patient, man. It's going to pay off in the long run. Does that mean I'm out? Go follow the Insta, Aaron. Not a lot of people do. I haven't gotten a lot of traction on there yet. Maybe I need to like promote that more or something. Same username. Oh, you don't have Instagram. Well, then that would make sense. Interim pullback. Fet, did you just say you blew 2 fundeds? Or blew 2 accounts? I'd call it a day, man. If you've blown 2 accounts today, you should keep trading. Clearly, price action isn't in your favor. I'd call it a day. Nah, no favoritism, Matthew. That's why it'll be random. Here's this sell side getting absorbed like I was anticipating. Can't blame the guy for trying. Man, you guys didn't tell me my stream looks like super bright. There we go. Following you on Instagram, appreciate that. You gotta let OG follower slide for that. We'll see. Appreciate that, Missy. Think we're going bullish on NQ. We'll see. I think today's just going to be kind of unpredictable with this Trump tweet to start the pre-market or start the session here in pre-market. I would think that we'd come up and want to take the highs here, but who knows? Tapping in the 4-hour FEG causing a dump. Some would probably argue that. We're already in a big 4-hour inversion though. Inverted this weekly, which that's a weekly inversion right there. Why did that just change like that on the book map? About to say, what is that about? Bookmap needs to make their settings more simplistic here. It's make things too complicated. Taking trades today? No. Not yet. You on MT2? No, this is TradingView. I use TradingView and Tradeovate. There you go, Matthew. I didn't fill out my energy drink. Parked outside my 8 a.m. cardio kickboxing class at community college. Oh boy, don't do that. Embrace it, man. Find something to enjoy about it. I feel the same way about class this week. I'm trying to find something positive to latch on to because you got to do it, you know. So you might as well try to find something positive. Maybe you can have a good conversation with somebody in there that'll brighten their day or maybe make your day better. I'm up 1,000. Should I skip out on trading? I would, Nicholas, if you're up 1,000 on the day so far, I'd definitely call it a day, man. Come back tomorrow. It's a good way to start the week. I would not give any of that back. All right, Aaron, have a good day, man. We'll see you tomorrow. Show us the book map. Man, that is not how you ask. Did your mom teach you any manners, bro? Come on. If you don't mind. Okay, there you go. You want to see NQ or ES? No, you're good, man. What is this chart? This is called Bookmap. I have not taken a trade battle. No. Thought about taking this Ord with you guys. That played out pretty well. Edge, did you want to see ES or NQ? I kind of like that idea, Everett. I kind of like that. How does Bookmap work? It's level 2 data, so it shows you basically like the DOM, but a very, very, it's a more detailed version of the DOM. You see more in depth. So what these orange and yellow and red and all that, that's liquidity. Those are limit orders stacked up in the market. These right here close to price, those are orders being put in and pulled out. You see how it's flashing as soon as it loads. You see how it's flashing right here above price. So these other orders that are resting higher and lower, just at certain levels, those are limit orders that are set right there. So you have 279 sell orders up here at price. The price is 24,700. So you can see that up top where I'm circling right there. Basically, you use it to trade order flow and momentum, or you can use it in conjunction with any other strategy just to get an idea of what you might not be seeing based strictly off of candlesticks. Yeah, no problem, DJ. I appreciate it, man. Do you pay for the order flow? This is Bookmap, so yes, you have to pay for this. Need 7K to pass. That's a big account, man. Who are you trading with? You got a 150K account? Wall hacks, yeah, exactly, Gabe. What do you think about deep charts? I'm unfamiliar with deep charts. I'm unfamiliar with Sierra charts. I'm unfamiliar with any other level 2 data software other than Bookmap. I've had other people tell me that they're cheap. Those are cheaper options, but they're not as good as Bookmap. I don't know that that's true. This is just what I'm comfortable with and what I know and what I've learned. So I like to stick with what I know. Is this true order flow? Yeah. Is there any level 3 data charts? That's a great question. And that is a question that I had myself and that I was talking with somebody about over the weekend that I was asked. So I looked into it. And there is, but that's institutional. So that's what you get with these Bloomberg terminals and most of that. And the data, the way that it differs from this level 2 is you actually see who it is that's in the market and how how that institution is changing their orders, either adding to their orders or subtracting from their orders, things like that. You could look it up. It's pretty interesting, but I don't think that retail traders can have access to that unless you pay for a terminal, which you can do. I think it's like $25,000 a year to rent a Bloomberg terminal, something like that. There you go, JL. Appreciate that polite way you asked. So that's COB and SVP, and that's basically the number of orders that are stacked up at that level, and then there's the total orders at that level. So it's the bids and asks orders. NASDAQ stands taking innocent lives. So COB is current order book, and CVP is session volume profile. I think it's definitely worth it, man. I think once you get used to it, I honestly would not trade without Bookmap. I feel naked trading without Bookmap. You're at a severe disadvantage. Once you learn how to read this stuff and you use it, especially if you're relying on this solely, or even if you're just using it as an added confluence with whatever strategy you're already trading, it's amazing how valuable it is, man. It's saved me a lot of money in terms of, like, you can see a setup, like say you're trading ICT, you can see a perfect ICT setup, and then you look at the Bookmap, and Bookmap is telling you the complete opposite of the trade you're about to get into, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to go against Bookmap. And I've had countless times where that's happened, and it's saved me money where I would have gotten stopped out. How much is it a month? About 100, a little over $100 a month. So Jeff, what this is this shows you the current limit orders. COB shows you the current order book, shows you the limit orders that are currently stacked at those levels. And then the SVP, the session volume profile, shows you the amount of orders that have been traded at that level through the session. How many orders have been executed at that level throughout the session. So that's the difference here. So these orders that are stacked for COB, those are the current limit orders that are stacked up. And then SVP. It says it right there, session range volume profile. This is how many orders have been executed at those specific levels throughout the session. It is a watered down Bloomberg. Yep, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah, this is ES right here. I don't know if you're looking at it. This is also MNQ, not NQ. That could be why. I'm not sure if that makes a difference. Can't wait to add this to my arsenal. Yeah, it's definitely useful. Your screen is broken. Yeah, USD 100. It's a little over that. It's like 110. Duel me for a strawberry elephant. I'm good, man. I don't care how it moves. I just want to see clean movement. Showing 59 at 2470 or at 24,700. Are you on NQ or MNQ, Jeff? And are you on the light map or are you on the regular book map? I have my book map settings posted in the Discord. Yeah, that could be the difference, Jeff. That could be the difference. I'm using MNQ because that's how I get it to look cleaner like this. It shouldn't be that big of a difference, though. That's a pretty substantial difference. Pay to win. That's pretty true. Dude, I had a B-dubs last night. My only cheat meal of the week, and it's doing me bad this morning. I hate that for you, man. Yeah, no problem, man. ES has some strong liquidity above us here, so we could dump, but I'm going to keep an eye on that. There does appear to be a lot of NQ orders underneath us here. What's with the T? It's usually a quarter zipper thing. Just figured I'd throw it on, man. What's your win rate? It's like 60-something percent, 67% right now. Profit factor is like 2.3. What's the big candle? That was Trump tweeting at 7 a.m., 7:04 a.m., 7:05 a.m. How much you bench? My max is 135. Trying to get it up though. Yours is 136, yeah. Trying to get there, man. Not easy. Thinking about hiring a trainer. Need to backtest more. There's nothing wrong with being patient and missing a trade, man. Being overly cautious and missing a trade. On a day like today, after we had that pre-market move off of Trump's tweet, there's nothing wrong with saying, okay, I'm not even going to trade today. You know what I mean? Like, that's perfectly understandable. You got to remember, think about this. If you look at trading from a perspective of like, I'm going to be doing this for years, missing one trade or one trading day as a whole, taking the day off, that can actually do you so much good in the long run versus forcing a trade and losing progress that you've been building over the past month or week or however long. You are the trainer. Trump's tweet. Yeah, look at his Truth Social. That was what this big candle up was. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with preserving your capital, man. Depends on what you like, Alex. I use TradingView. I buy their TradeAvate accounts and I tie them to my TradingView. Yeah, after this morning, I went and downloaded Truth Social and turned Trump's tweets notifications on. You have to have them, man. You have to. It can really help. It can save you a lot of heartache. Was heard TradeC was having some bugs, so for right now, I'd say TradingView. I hadn't heard that. It's good to know, though. I feel like TradeAvate with TradingView is super easy for me to use. I'm very familiar with the system and the process and all that, so I don't deviate. How you get started? Go look at the video I have pinned on my page. One of the first videos that I have pinned. Just buy the Lucid account and you can tie it to your TradingView. You don't need to buy anything extra. That Newsweek blew my account. That sucks, man. What do you think about trading bots? I don't think that you can program in discretion, the type of discretion that's needed, at least for my stuff. There's an element of discretion that's required with trading that you can't really program. I'm not saying that it won't be capable of being programmed at some point, but I think right now where we are with AI and all of that, I don't think you can program in the discretion that's required to be an optimal trader. And without that, you can still program some stuff with bots that are going to make you some money. But I think at some point it's going to be a problem. But for right now, I wouldn't make that transition over. Where are the orders on ES? 6,700 is a big stack there. Big stack at 6,700. It's funny how tweets move markets, yeah. It's crazy how Trump can have that effect. It's the biggest insider trade of all time. Mac, what's up, man? No, I have not taken any trades. No trades. No trades today. I think I rely, or I will take more trades based on order flow than PJ takes. He's pretty heavily, his trades are almost strictly dictated by seeing an ICT setup, and he'll use the book map as an added confluence to those trades, whether to take the trade or to fade the trade. For me personally, I'll take trades strictly based off book map. But in terms of a psychological strategy, in terms of our psychological approach, I'd say we're very, very similar. Almost because I tried to completely copy his psychological approach to the markets because it's very effective. His discipline and professionalism when it comes to trading, I think if more people could mimic, at least to some degree, it would help so many people out. Not sure, Jolie. Not sure. That people have been saying. I was listening to Bloomberg when the news came out, and that was even their initial reaction. So you're a bigger risk taker, is what I'm hearing. No, I wouldn't say I'm a bigger risk taker. I would say that I have. I for a justification for my trade isn't necessarily strictly based on an ICT setup or a ICT structure, and his is. He's not going to take a book map trade strictly from what I know. I will take a book map trade that has no ICT correlation at all. Strongly order flow, yeah. But there are certain ICT setups that I'll trade if I see them, regardless of, like if I see a unicorn setup, unless bookmap is telling me something glaringly opposite, I'll take a unicorn setup almost every time. Yeah, like a sweep of a key level, V-shaped recovery, or a breaker block, a gap inside of the breaker, and a retest of the breaker, or a retest of the gap in the breaker. It's all coming together. Are you in his Discord? Yeah, I highly recommend it. Thanks to me. Yeah, I definitely think it's very beneficial. A breaker is basically the last leg before a sweep, a last leg down before a sweep higher, or a last leg up before a sweep lower. The last consecutive series of candles. That's what a leg is. So, like, let's say that this swept right here. I'm gonna get rid of this because this is making things more complicated. I'll clean this up and show you what I mean by a breaker. This would be a breaker right here. So let's say that this big candle down swept something, swept a level. This would be a breaker right here. So it's from the body low to the body high, and it only becomes a breaker once this candle closes above that level. So that's a breaker block right there. That's a bullish order, or a bullish breaker on the 5 minute. And then if you had a gap inside of that, which you might, you got it down there, you don't have it up here. You almost had a breaker there, but you have that candle breaking that up. So on this tap back into this, sorry for moving so quickly there. Tap back into this is where you could have opened that trade. But you need a clear draw on liquidity in the other direction too. So that's an added thing you need for the setup. And this didn't have a gap inside of that breaker, so lowers the probability of it. So any orders at 67.20? Yes. There's orders from 6,700 all the way up to 6,750. Yeah, no problem, man. Should I trade Wednesday morning and go fishing with your grandpa? Go fishing with your grandpa, man. Markets will be here. Someday your grandpa won't be here. Markets will still be here then. You need 500 to pass my eval. What would you do? I would do whatever you've been doing to get to the point where you only need 500 to pass the eval. That's what I would do. I don't mean that in a smart aleck way. Clearly, what you're doing is working. I wouldn't deviate. Don't focus on the dollar amount. Don't focus on the profit target. Just focus on repeating the strategy that you've been doing. That's been working. Do you know what caused that big candle? Yes, Trump. There was a Trump tweet at 7:04 a.m. or 7 a.m. 7:04, I think, was the exact time. Yeah, 7:04, 7:05. He said that they've been in talks with Iran and they've been going well, and that he anticipates a good outcome to potentially completely end the hostilities in the Middle East, and that they're postponing for at least 5 days the attacks that they had planned for today on some energy infrastructures in Iran. I think when AI progresses to the point where it can more closely mimic human behavior in terms of discretion, the trading bots will begin to be a problem. I think we got a little ways until that happens. I'd give every dime I have to go fishing with my grandpa one more time. Yep. Real thoughts on ICT? I think ICT is a strategy that can be very effective if you can trade it with discipline. I think that any strategy can be effective if you can master your psychology. Virtually any strategy. The majority of success in trading boils down to your ability to master your mind and stay disciplined. I think if ICT is a strategy that makes sense to you and you can easily identify certain setups that are based on ICT principles, do not allow anyone to deter you from trading that. I think the same with trend lines. I think the same with supply and demand. I think the same with order flow. I have my own feelings about some strategies that I think are kind of wonky and not the most effective. But in general, overall, I think that any strategy you can find success with as long as you can master psychology, because that's the biggest key factor of trading. I do use order flow, yeah. I use bookmap combined with certain ICT principles. I use this. So use order flow and momentum combined with ICT. What time is the market going to start moving? It hasn't told me, man. And unfortunately, I'm not important enough to get a heads up when Trump's going to tweet something, so, or when the market makers are going to get active. Yeah, I like those traders that simplify their entries, Michael. I think it's easy to overcomplicate trading. If you can keep things simple, I think that's good. My buddy got the call from Trump, 3.1. David, what's up, man? Have not taken any trades, no. Been around since the 80s. Anybody who's been able to stick with it that long, man, they've got some knowledge. What's up, Christopher? What are you trading? NASDAQ futures. I have a serious question. Ask away. I might have a serious answer. I've been trading full-time for about a year. Been trading overall for about 5 years. Give me 50 so I can trade. Cooper, the mentality of looking for handouts is not going to get you very far if you're being serious. You could go Uber or DoorDash for an hour and make that. I'm 17, then you can't trade, man. Not legal. How long do you ask at 66.70, TP at 67.20, and if nothing gets hit at 11.30, I'm just going to exit my position. I got you, Everett. I'm driving a semi and trading. There's zero excuses, yeah. I haven't taken a trade, Cooper. What do you think of the Whip Howell trades? I think he's an effective trader. I'm $4 away from passing 5 evals. Long right now, Tristan. I should have done it right there. I should have done it right there. Yeah, nice. When I started trading, it all went great. Now it seems like I can't trade. Some traders say everyone has beginner's luck. What is your opinion? 100%, man. I remember when one of my brothers started trading like a couple days in. He was like, I thought you said this was hard. I was like, yeah, come back to me in a month. I took that signal. There you go, Tristan. Yeah, the book map was showing clear upside right there. Staying on past 11. Oh, shoot, it is 11. I got to hop off in a sec. Yeah, David, there is an element of beginner's luck to it. A lot of that, I think, is psychological. I don't think it's beginner's luck. I think when you first get into it, you have such a, you have a clean slate psychologically of trading so that you can kind of have a clearer mind going into things. And then when you start taking losses, you start to develop, you get those battle wounds, and it starts to dictate decision making. You start to want a revenge trade. You start to get hesitant. You start to have all kinds of things that happen psychologically that affect your ability to maintain that trading. And there's an element of luck to it too, but demo is where you should definitely start and spend a lot of time before you move to an eval or anything. More important than win rate, Steamy, is your profit factor. So how big are your wins versus your losses? You could have a 99% win rate, but if that one loss, you have 100 trades, you win 99 of them, but that one that you lose is 10 times bigger than any of your wins, that's going to be an issue. So profit factor is more important to me than win rate. Or, I mean, you could say equally important. Yeah, it's definitely part of the process, David. If you're that new to it, man, I mean, you got to think, it took me until my 4th year of trading before I really started making some serious money doing this. And that's a very common timeline for a lot of people. Some people it's a lot less than that. Some people it's more. I mean, a lot more, double that. So everybody has their own timeline, but on average, it takes a year at least before you start to see some returns. A year or two at least. There you go, corrupt. Nice, man. Yeah, so many ups and downs, man. It's a roller coaster. All right, guys, 11 o'clock. That's my time to hop off. This is my window is closed to take a trade. So I'm gonna hop off. We'll be back. If you haven't followed already, go ahead and drop a follow. We're live every day, looking for solid setups here. Appreciate everybody's engagement, the follows, the likes, the gifts. Steffi, Edge, Rob, everybody that sent a gift, whoever just sent that, heart me. Appreciate that a lot. You guys are awesome. God bless you. Have a good day. Be safe. Don't give any of your profits back, and don't force any trades that aren't there. Protect your capital. We'll see you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. We'll see you.